everyone. Welcome to another edition of uh, Sal Cosentino's Hands-On Labs. In this session, we're going to be creating a virtual machine using Ubuntu operating system. I'm your systems architect and future MCT trainer, Sal Cosentino. Um, we start talking about Ubuntu and how Ubuntu is able to run it on different platforms, but we don't use it often. And especially when we talk about running it through Intune and stuff, and especially through like the different kind of servers that you run. So the databases within our Intune servers. So those databases, when we log into our database Intune on the cloud. So remember, we go back to our picture, and when we go back to our picture, we're going to open up our existing virtual machine. Right. So when we look at our design, how our design aspect is, you know, we create our virtual machines, and then you know how within our cloud environment they're synchronized or migrated or copied over to the cloud. And then within those machines there, we can create virtual machines in the cloud. We can also create them on premises, but we can also migrate them. But say you want to create them directly from your laptop and you want to create them within our cloud environment, right? So if I can grab my pen for a second, grab my pen here. Let's go to freehand. And if we look at, again, if we look at the design aspect of it and how things are drawn out, grab that red color there. Let's make it blue. The blue pen. All right. So if we look at the draw, right? We're on our local branch, and within our local branch is where we sit in our servers in our data center or whatever servers are sitting, or whatever third party is hosting your service. You can also run a VPN, and again, you can run the VPN locally, right? But the VPN needs to be connected, and with VMware, obviously VMware uses Horizon, so you should be using the Horizon VPN. I mean the Horizon software to log in with the VPN and with the OTP passwords that are required for you to log in, especially if you have a hypervisors that are ESXi, right? So your ESXi's are member servers, right? Where your hypervisors are ESXi software. And I'll show you how to install ESXi software in another video. But today we're going to be talking about, say we wanted to create a light machine, and this light machine, we need to, create this light machine, and where it also all based on all code, or we have a GUI. So in this instance, I'm going to show you where to create that. So if you want to create that in your own environment, in the internet, you can download, right, from your machine, right? You can locate, right, the website. And in this instance, we're using our Learn, right, website from Microsoft. And then this is where we're going to design. We're going to design and architect machines for our Azure environment, for your Hyper-V environment, right, or for your ESXi environment. So as long as you guys get the concept, we're still reusing our same design here that I've designed. So that design there is uh, is going to be created for you on your already existing machines if you guys are sharing along. And again, if you are, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to message me. There's a lot of demand in the job market, so making sure that you go out there and you hammer out the jobs and not somebody else doing it for you and taking snapshots from an Indeed website when you could do it yourself, right? So don't let us do that for you. You need to go out there and learn. There are teachers out there that'll teach you how to write resumes, and even if you talk to recruiters, they should be able to sit down with you and write those resumes, right? Especially if you're in the school environment. Talk to a recruiter, get a good recruiter out there. I'm sure there's billions of recruiters out there, dying to make a living, and helping out the people that are looking for a job, right? So in the work environment, right, as we progress, you need to ensure that you're understanding the basic concepts of creating these specific machines on your own time, within your own environment, right? It's better to, you know, don't click if I don't click type of thing, but also follow along and then try it out on your own and then share your insights with me. That way we know that you're able to understand and grasp those concepts, right? There are many services out there, and again, those recruiters should be helping you, right? And not just taking your resume and dumping it in a blob storage, right? So if that's the case, right, uh, you know, make sure you talk to them and your voice is heard. So again, when we talk about Intune, we're preparing Intune in many environments, and in this aspect, we're going to be using Azure, right? So I'll send these sites out to you. So these are going to be some important sites that I want you guys to try out, right? And again, this right here will give you the 3 Ubuntu versions, right? For Azure Virtual Disks, your virtual hard disks, right? Like we spoke about in Hyper-V, right? To download at the Ubuntu Cloud Images webpage. This right here, not a lot of people know about this, but this cloudimages.ubuntu.com is a site that is vendor based. So vendor based meaning that all the software that you want should be located in here. Okay, straightforward. So if you do need to just build an EC2 instance, for example, right, to train or to learn or to, if you need help, right, we can build it doing it this way. Again, Microsoft Azure also has the sound boxes and other guides. I want you guys to take a look at that. If you guys are cloud enthusiasts at your companies, I also want you to get started with GCP. So this is an important link that you should learn and you should take with you. There's not a lot of people out there that can teach you this, right? You need to learn on your own, and you need to build the relationship and trust within each other in order to get stuff done, right? I'm here to train you guys, right? To get you guys going, to give you guys the academic skills to get you out in the market, right? If you want to listen to this and you guys want to take notes, please feel free and try it out. Again, it's all here for you, right? It's great tips. I accept coffees if you want, LOL, but this is all free. I do provide courses on this, guys. So talk to me. And I do provide one-on-ones. If your job needs, if your whole team needs it as a manager, your whole team needs that help, right? They need that help. Please feel free to email me or send me a message. Okay. So I'm going to copy this site for you guys. All right. And I'm going to put it in my notes, and you guys should be doing the same thing. Right. And again, right, when we're going into Ubuntu, right, on Azure, right? Azure is just an optimized kernel that provides faster boot speed. It's a lighter machine, right? It's not as good as a Windows machine or a Linux machine. Or a device, but Intune is very, very GUI based and Intune based again, right? We can install Office 365 directly on Ubuntu, so you have to understand that you might have to segregate the administration of that, right? And again, Ubuntu is not; it's just published by Canon. So Canonical is just an open source Linux, and I'll send you guys that information so that you guys can read up on that. Okay, so Canonical is your vendor, right? And Microsoft is the host. Here's another link. And this is called Conical or Canon. Canon. Cool. All right. Please feel free to message me, guys. I'm just a click away. Definitely give you guys a hand on that if you guys need some help. Um, when we look at downloading the specific Conical downloads, yeah, you can download your server, your core, and your cloud, right? So these are, again, they're 5 years of maintenance and security, which is built on those updates, and this is free from licensing fees. So regardless of how many images you run, right, you can build that platform based on whatever you want. Just get started. Again, if you're in the Oracle Cloud business, so Oracle Cloud, like your Oracle infrastructures, there's a lot of companies that I've seen, the HR departments, they're using Oracle. So if you want to use that for your accounting software, for your systems analysts, right, that use Oracle products, we can build those machines for you. I can definitely show you guys how to do that. Pretty straightforward. You want to learn about the server for the administrators, we can click on the server documentation. And in this case, we can, follow the tutorials and how-to guides, right? So building your own machine as I showed you, right? So if we were to build an old machine, right, we would create a virtual machine based on the prerequisites, right? So if I'm going into whatever application you want and I'm clicking next, right, I'm not going to install the operating system, right? In this case, we're going to choose Linux, right? And our version of Ubuntu. So if we're using Ubuntu 64, we just click on Ubuntu 64 and click next, right? And we're going to create our machine as a test machine together. So this is going to be our test Ubuntu machine, right? You'll see a lot of kiosk devices like parking meters and stuff and whatnot build these machines. And within those, they're either Pi or they're Ubuntu based. In this instance, again, I'm going to save this in our my trusty Y server. And why do I have it? Because it has my documentation and my prototypes, right? So if I'm clicking on it, right, I'm just going to create a new folder and I'm going to call this Ubuntu. Right, so this is my Ubuntu's, and my Ubuntu's are going to have, we're going to call this test, or I'm going to call this your first name, Ubuntu SRV, and then today's date, right? So today's date is the 11th of October, 2024. So if I were to create these machines, right, I'm going to go ahead and follow the same system that I have in my previous videos. So make sure you follow those on and take care of those beautiful tips that I've given you guys. Um, so again, I have it set right here. So I'm going to click on that. Again, I've been doing this for a long time. So as you can see, I have a grocery list of servers again, but again, those servers are educational. So if we go in, I'm going to give my server disk again. I'm going to give my server disk as much as I want, right? In this case, I think the recommended size for Ubuntu is 20 gigs, but I don't know. I'll just give it 150 because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. And again, I can add and give you recommended disk sizes. So if I want to store the virtual disk as a single file, in this case, I'm not going to split it because it is a very small machine. So this machine is an Ubuntu based, it's Pi based, it's Raspberry Pi based, and it's light and it's fast. So I don't care if I split it because as I migrate on, it's going to migrate quick, right? I'm just going to click finish, right? Right. And then this is going to be our base machine, right? Follow me next time. You know, I've created a base machine. Again, you can create your own. I've given it 4 GB memory for now. And again, we can add more as we needed in my test environment. So again, this is sort of my sandbox for the Ubuntu test. And follow me tomorrow when I install it on this machine for you guys. Okay. Thanks.